There are two problems. Problem number one is the UN is very good at setting goals and very bad at implementation. It's not designed for implementation. It's actually largely a diplomatic and normative institution. I love it, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, I devote every day of my life to it. But it's not a self-enforcing institution where it sets goals and then you can be confident that the means to implement those goals are actually present. And so the goals were set, but not how they would be achieved. The second problem, again, I'm sorry to be a little bit parochial, but it is in two words. It's called United States. The world is not a fair place. It's not a just place. It is not a place of equality. It's not often a place of values and decency. And I'm sorry to say my own country is, in its self-declared role, the would-be, wannabe empire of the world. And empires do not behave according to justice, they behave according to power. So from the first moment of the Sustainable Development Goals, the United States government has been, for 9 years, useless, absolutely useless, and the 10th year in open war against the Sustainable Development Goals. This is a weird truth. For 9 years, I'd say it's useless because I heard Joe Biden say the phrase Sustainable Development Goals once, and never heard Donald Trump in his first term say the phrase even one time. And all governments are supposed to come up with plans. Your government has come up with Sustainable Development Goal plans. And all governments are supposed to present the plans to their peer governments in something called a high-level political forum, which is a meeting of governments every summer in July. And the presentation is called the Voluntary National Review, because each government shows, here's what we're doing. Well, interestingly, we have 193 UN member states, and 190 of them have presented plans, and 3 of them have not. And those 3 are Myanmar, Haiti, and the United States of America. And in 2025, we have the return of King Donald I. And King Donald doesn't like sustainable development. He said at the podium of the UN now it's a month and a half ago, because it was in September, that climate change is a hoax. I don't know what he knows or cares. I think it's a line for his oil lobby, which pays for his election campaigns. So I don't think he knows or cares what he actually believes in anything. It's all domestic money politics. But it is the official policy of the United States. And even weirder than that, ladies and gentlemen, the United States has left UNESCO, just as you are giving us the new Director General of UNESCO, thank you very much, a very esteemed minister of your country who will be an excellent leader of UNESCO. The United States is leaving UNESCO. Why is it leaving UNESCO? Well, according to the spokesman of the United States government, it's leaving UNESCO because UNESCO favors the Sustainable Development Goals. I never thought I'd see the day, but this is unfortunately our reality right now. We are not a world of shared prosperity. We are not a world of social justice. We are not achieving environmental sustainability, and we are certainly not a world of peace and cooperation. I put a huge responsibility of that on the most powerful country in the world. You would not have had a genocide next door in Gaza but for a U.S.-Israel war on the Palestinians. This isn't even an Israeli war on the Palestinians. It is a U.S.-Israeli war. Israel could not do this one day without the United States armaments, financing, intelligence, and diplomatic backing. This is a joint venture of Israel and the United States. It's despicable. It's horrendous. It is one of the worst war crimes of modern history. And this is part of what this empire means. So it's not an easy situation. I'm not here, though, to depress us, because I want to say the following, and this is where the universities are so essential. The governments were right when they set these goals in two senses. First, the goals express truly and in a quite special way the future we want. They are actually a quite remarkably coherent and inspiring vision of what a good society should be. A society should be a society of shared prosperity, social justice, environmental sustainability, and peace. And to have globally agreed goals, even if it's now only 192 of the 193 countries that have agreed to these goals, is a signal achievement for humanity. But the governments were also right in a second sense. These are not dreams. This is not utopia. This is not some wonderful vision, but of course we know that it's not possible, and so on. This is actually quite practicable. And it's practicable in two senses. First, it's practicable in that if you do an analysis, could Egypt run its economy on zero carbon energy, for example? The answer is, without question, yes, very efficiently, and thank you, with a lot of solar power that could be exported to power Europe, to power Africa, all very profitably. Especially, thank you, China, you've made solar modules so inexpensive, 8 US cents per watt, that this can be a powerhouse of clean energy for the world. So, goal by goal, if you do a rigorous analysis, the kind that we do at universities, the kind that we want our graduate students to write dissertations about, the kind that we want our students to do